All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are pushing this truth and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Nathaniel up in the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you to the spirit with another lesson. I'm praying I hope this lesson is edifying. So I'm going to start off with this precept, Psalm 64:1. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying of snares privily, and they say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep." All right, so these devils contrive plans, even against their own, to get their evil ideas accomplished. Okay, so I have two videos that I'm going to play. One, is from the page Arrows of Indignation, and this chick, I've seen her before on the internet. And then one is from the amazing Lucas. And one thing that I found interesting is that they both quoted the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, which says basically turn Esau against Esau. Okay, make Esau think that he's better than the Negro, and even the poorest of them, roughly paraphrasing, will turn in their money. Okay, so I'm gonna play both videos and just show that the Lord has already had set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Okay, when he pulled the wool over these Edomites' eyes and made them feel like they were a part of the in crowd, when really the elite didn't include them in the first place. Okay, they were never included in the overall scheme of things. They were just useless eaters and feeders. So you were used to shoot at the perfect, which was the Israelites. You were used as a tool to oppress the children of Israel, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? And now your usefulness has run out. Now they have come to the conclusion that they no longer need you, okay? So now your benefits are being cut. All of your privileges are being shut down. And eventually Esau is going to start crashing out, and he's going to go back to what he does the most, and that's violence. All right, so without further ado, I got it sped up, so it should go through very fast, but I'm going to play the whole video. But
After having a front row seat and watching, you understand, and observing exactly how stupid racist white Americans are, how willfully ignorant these people are, you understand, I've come to the conclusion that that saying about if you want to keep black people, you understand, ignorant, just put it in a book, it wasn't just for us. It was for you motherfuckers too. The thing is, the difference between us is they knew we were going to go looking for it. They knew we were going to go and seek education. They knew that you were never going to do that. Because I don't understand how it was a white man, a fucking white man, who gave you this gem, who dropped this fucking gem, Lyndon B. Johnson, stating if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice that you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. It was a white man who was trying to put you on. And yet, you're still stupid. You're still slow. My God. Donald Trump is literally picking your pockets in broad fucking daylight. He's robbing you blind in broad fucking daylight. Yes, he's coming after us minorities too, but it's you, the majority, that it's hitting the hardest. It's hitting you guys the fucking hardest. We are 10 months into the year of 2025. The year isn't even over yet. And if you were to go and ask the average American how this year has been for them thus far financially, they would all state to you that this is probably the worst year that they've ever dealt with financially. Meanwhile, the president of the United States is having the most profitable year of his life, of his entire career. This is, in fact, the most lucrative year. He is up $4.3 billion in his net worth while he's literally crashing the American economy. And you all are silent. The majority, the white Americans, the racist white Americans here that would have literally everything to say if it was anybody else are silent. You're silent. Because did you guys know that now Donald Trump is one of the biggest American investors in Bitcoin after triggering a fucking crypto crash? Did you know that?
All right, so we don't have to play the whole video because we got the main point was that, she was quoting the Lyndon B. Johnson, quote, and she quoted it. And, so these people that have been, thinking that they've been conspiring against the Israelites, that you've been a part of the in crowd, all that back talking and shit talking, thinking that, hey, you was a part of the top echelon, you middle class and higher up millionaires, right? Not quite the elite, but, higher up, what we would see as the nobility in this time, low level nobility, if you want to call it that, just to give you a better idea. Y'all thought that y'all was a part of the top echelon, but the top echelon, they want y'all wealth too. They want what y'all have too. They don't look at you as them. They look at you as the enemy, just like Jacob, just like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, so you are no different. Okay, so you just set yourself up for a trap. This is Psalms 64. I'm sorry. I already brought this out. I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs, Slakia, the book of Proverbs 26, and it says, and 27, it says, let's read this. It says, whoso hated is covered by deceit. Okay. Now, what did that Lyndon B. Johnson quote say? Let's rewind that back a little bit. Where's she at? Let's go back just a little bit and listen to that when she was bringing out that quote by this guy, Lyndon B. Johnson. So about here.
I knew that you were never going to do that. Because I don't understand how it was a white man, a fucking white man who gave you this gem, who dropped this fucking gem. Lyndon B. Johnson, stating, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice that you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. It was a white man who was trying to put you on. And yet...
All right, so y'all heard that, right? So then, like I said, whose hatred is covered by deceit. He's convincing his own kind that he's better than these people so he can rob his own kind. You see that? He said his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And as I brought up, times before, this is talking about the world in this particular instance. Okay? Not just the Israelites. This is Esau's wickedness is being revealed to the world and his own kind. His own kind is seeing what they're worth. It says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. You see? So Esau done did all this planning and calculating and all this different stuff, to try to trap Jacob. And he ended up trapping himself. Now this whole snap thing is happening. But what they're not telling you is that 42% of the recipient of SNAP benefits are so-called white people. You see that? And that's going to go into the next video that I'm about to play. So this is affecting his own kind, but they're more so than it's affecting Jake, but he's using Jake as the face of it. You see? But his own people are suffering because of their own policies, right? And it says, whoso hated is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and flattering mouth worketh ruin. So he lied to his own kind. So what does that tell you about how he feel about y'all? Okay, y'all so-called white people out there. Y'all thought that y'all had a free pass, but this system that y'all allowed to get built, that's segregated, that gave y'all priorities, those same policies are what's the ones that are keeping y'all in a position that y'all in too. Okay, that's taking y'all wealth away. But Jake been dealing with this, been. Now here's the amazing Lucas, right? And it says 17 million white people just lost their food stamps, but they're still blaming black folks. All right, now I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm just going to play this one little clip right here.
Naturally, anyone reading this would be like, oh, damn, that's a lot of people who are going to be hungry. We should do something about this. You would think that would be the response. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is why I say they're cooked. And I mean this respectfully. This isn't an attack on white people. This isn't that. This is honestly, it's honestly coming from a point of sympathy, because I constantly talk about how black people suffer from post-traumatic slave syndrome. And we're seeing in present time, literally the shirt. This is the reason why I made this shirt. And it stems from the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, where he talks about, hey, if you can make the poorest, white person feel that they are.
Let's pause that so you can see that. You see that? So this is the deception that these people made to their own kind, to their own brethren. Okay? He made this decree to his own brethren. All right, so we're going to play that, but first, let me grab another precept. You see, because this is just showing you that Esau is against himself. The Lord and the house of Esau is divided, and it's been divided. It's just that now the division is starting to show in a bigger way. The masses are starting to see, the masses of the Edomites are starting to see, you would know better than the Negro, than the so-called than the tribes. You wouldn't know better to him than them. You were just being used. It says this is Ecclesiasticus 14 and 5. It says he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his goods. Okay? So this devil he's wicked to his own kind. So if he's wicked to his own kind, how much more is he going to treat anybody else? These are his own people that he's cutting off. Okay? These are his own people that he's stealing his wealth from. Okay? This isn't just Jake. He's stealing this from his own people. Okay? And that's what this devil is doing. So how much more do you think he cares about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans if he's destroying his own people and stealing their wealth? You see? And see, you Americans have been complicit in all of these things that's been happening in the world. And now these things, the roosters are coming home, the chickens are coming home to roost. Okay? You've been doing this for such a long time that now it's coming to a point to where all of the evil that you've done is coming back on you. Okay? So let's go ahead and play this and grab another precept or two.
Better than the best black person, you can go in their pockets. And what is happening right now is literally that. That quote is the manifestation of what is currently we are experiencing.
And what did MAGA do? MAGA jumped on the scene and they came in with this Make America Great again, which we know what really means. It means make America white again. And all of these MAGA supporters and those people that rallied behind, their privilege, right? They started believing and started hating Jake again. Okay? And at the same time those things were happening, the real world wealth is being sucked up from under these people. Okay?
Experiencing and witnessing, because you want to know what people were saying to other people. You had Maj Touré and other individuals who were pointing this out, that hey, white people are going to be negatively impacted by this. You had people talking about their favorite word, per capita. Now, this is something That is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. If someone were to come to me and be like, Lucas, millions of black people are going to die next Tuesday, millions. My knee-jerk reaction wouldn't be, oh yeah? Well, what about per capita? Per capita, less black people are gonna die than white people. Did you ever think about that?
Are you retarded?
That wouldn't be that wouldn't be my reaction. That wouldn't be anyone with an IQ above room temperature's reaction. The only people who would react like that are those who have been conditioned, who are foaming at the mouth with anti-black hatred. And that is what we are witnessing, fam. It is.
You see? So all of these malicious things and evil thoughts that these people have contrived are coming back to fall upon them. And it's not just the middle class. You all that are getting y'all wealth ripped away from you, right? That's just the beginning. It's going to eventually fall on him, because like I did, he should not take pleasure in his goods. Okay, where is that at again? Ecclesiasticus. It says, I'm gonna read verse 3. It says, this is Ecclesiasticus 1:14. It says, he that gathers by defrauding his own soul gathers for others that shall spend his goods riotously. Okay. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be? To whom will he do good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envy himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. So this is all of these things that this devil has done to try to prevent the growth and establishment of Israel, which ultimately was the will of the Heavenly Father. But all that is going to come back on his head. He's going to get his recompense for trying to swallow down all the wealth. Okay. As a matter of fact, one second. All right, let's go to the book of Job 20 and 15, because this is going to be the end result. It's Job 20 and 15. It says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. You see that? So he's thinking that all of the riches and wealth that he's stealing from everybody's labor, he gonna vomit all that shit up, okay? But see, y'all gonna suffer too, because y'all participated in this. Y'all evil ass damn white people thinking y'all was part of the in crowd, but y'all were nothing more than the guardsmen of the prison internment camp, okay, which they call America. All right, that's all y'all was, and y'all thought that y'all had a piece of it, but y'all locked in this motherfucker too. Is what y'all didn't realize. All right. So anyway, we're at one more precept and close out, because this is ultimately what the end game is, and this has been happening. Okay, this has been happening. This is the book of Isaiah. 19. It's Isaiah 19 and 2, and it says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his neighbor, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, so that's once these lower level Edomites realize that they've been left out, that their older brother don't care about them. Of course, they still gonna hate Jake, but if their older brother don't care about them, their big brother, their big daddy Esau don't care about them, he hate them just as much, right? They're gonna rebel, but it's already too late. The system has already been built around you guys, okay? And you're gonna be fighting within the cities, you're gonna be fighting within the states, and you're gonna be fighting wars outside of the country. All that's going to be happening simultaneously. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. While all of this is happening, everything is just going to fail. And I will destroy the counsel thereof. And the counsel is being destroyed. This is why Esau is so sloppy. Okay? Everything is being revealed as quickly as he's putting it out there. It's being revealed for what it is. Okay? And they shall seek to the idols and the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Okay? So none of that's going to work like it used to. Okay? They're not going to answer in the same manner. And in verse 4, it says, and I will give and the Egyptians I will give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And what better way of a fierce king to rule over you than somebody who don't care about you? Somebody who's willing to let you and your kids die and steal your wealth and don't care about you eating the next day. Tell me if that's not a cruel Lord. And at the same time, defunding certain other things to pay other institutions to come take you and throw your ass out of the country. And now there's been a Supreme Court ruling saying that he can deport U.S. citizens, I believe. Okay? So this devil has been able to weaponize the military. He's been able to weaponize ICE. And he can do that against any type of dissenters at this current moment. All right? People can just be casted. We don't know what this man is capable of at this point. All right? He can just do whatever the hell he want to do. And he has been. All right? So, with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakar Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next time I say Shalom.